Welcome to this tutorial on automatic differentiation in JAX, which is often called Autodiff for short. Autodiff is a crucial component in modern machine learning methods. In today's video, we will explore several introductory topics about automatic differentiation. We will learn about taking gradients using the jax.grad function, how to compute gradients in linear logistic regression, ways to differentiate with respect to nested data structures like lists, tuples, and dictionaries, and how to evaluate both a function and its gradient using jax's value and grad function. Let's begin with our usual setup process. First, we'll connect to a TPU runtime, though you are welcome to use a CPU runtime if you prefer. After connecting, we'll perform the standard pip installation of the JAX library, making sure to include the optional TPU components. Now let's explore the basics of the jax.grad function. This powerful function allows us to differentiate scalar-valued functions differently. To demonstrate this, we'll start with a simple example using the hyperbolic tangent function. When we take its gradient and evaluate it at a specific value, we'll see how the grad function works. It's important to understand that grad actually takes a function as its input and returns a new function that represents the gradient. In this case, we're finding the gradient with respect to x. One of the most powerful features of this approach is that we can apply the gradient operation multiple times because these derivative functions are themselves differentiable. This makes it very straightforward to compute higher-order derivatives by simply stacking these transformations one after another. Let me show you another example to make this clearer. We'll define a function, f of x, that is a polynomial function. We can easily take its first derivative using the jax.grad function. But what makes this really interesting is that we can find higher-order derivatives by simply applying grad to our derivative function. To see how this works in practice, we'll evaluate all these derivatives at x equals 1. Now let's explore how we can use gradient functions in the context of a linear logistic regression model. This requires some initial setup steps. We'll start by defining a sigmoid function. After that, we'll create our prediction function. This prediction function is designed to take two important parameters, weights and biases. It works by computing the dot product between the input data and the weights, adding the biases, and then passing the result through our sigmoid function. For demonstration purposes, we'll use some simple example values that we'll hardcode into our program. Once we have our inputs and targets set up, we'll define a training loss function. The final preparation step involves initializing random model coefficients. It's worth noting that when working with JAX's pseudo-random number generators, we need to be explicit about managing state. This means we'll need to split off some unique keys specifically for our random initialization. With all these components designed for our linear logistic regression, our next step is to use the grad function. This is where we'll introduce an important parameter called argnums, which allows us to differentiate a function with respect to positional arguments. Let's look at how this works in practice. For example, if we want to get the gradient with respect to the weight, specifically the gradient of our loss function, we can set argnums equals 0. It's helpful to know that argnums equals 0 is actually the default setting when using the grad function, so you don't always need to specify it explicitly. Next, we'll compute the gradient of the loss function with respect to the biases by setting argnums equals 1. There's also a more concise way to do this using a tuple-based approach. This allows us to get both the gradient of the loss function with respect to the weights and the gradient with respect to the biases all at once using a tuple specification for argnums. During our demonstration, we encountered a small typo in our input value, but after fixing it, everything worked as expected. Now that we're getting consistent results both ways, we can choose whether to use the more compact approach or expand it to take derivatives with respect to different values. Remember, in either case, what we're doing is differentiating the function itself and then evaluating the derivative function at specific points as needed. One of JAX's most powerful features is its pi tree abstraction, which makes it remarkably easy to work with complex and nested data types. This means we aren't limited to simple arrays. We can compute derivatives with respect to more complex data structures like tuples, lists, dictionaries, and various nested combinations of these structures. After computing our derivatives with respect to the weights and biases arrays, there's another useful function you should know about, jax's value and grad transformation. This function is particularly helpful when you need both the loss value and the gradient in your calculations. Let's see how it works with our loss function, taking into account both the weights and the biases. When we use value and grad, we get two pieces of information at once, the actual loss value itself and the gradient. To verify the accuracy of this approach, we can check the loss value against a direct calculation of the loss. They should be exactly the same. This combined approach isn't just about convenience. It's actually more computationally efficient than calling these functions separately. If your code needs both the value and the gradient together, using value and grad is the recommended approach. If you'd like to support the channel, consider starting a free trial of our new design tool, which is linked in the description, and let us know what you think. We'll include links to the JAX documentation in the description as well. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section and we'll do our best to respond. Thank you very much for watching to the end, and please enjoy responsibly.